One of the most important things about Schoology is to provide students with an abundance of resources that they can use to learn. So in addition to what you provide students within class, you can also provide those on Schoology. This allows students to use those resources at home, use those resources as many times as they want, and have those resources at their fingertips anytime they need them. Going over something in class but not providing that information to students makes it so their learning can be only isolated to your classroom. So in order to do that, you can set up your classroom on Schoology in a variety of ways. This example classroom has something that has useful links for students. I might put in iExcel, I might put in a link to Khan Academy, might put in a link to fun math games, whatever it is that you'd like to do, you can add those inside a folder like this. So useful links, I'm going to add a file or a link, and I'm going to add a link to, let's say, iExcel. So I need to go get the link to iExcel Berwyn. I'll copy that link, and then I'll go back to Schoology and I'll type that link and I'll put in iExcel Berwyn. Now, students likely are going to be using iExcel, the app, on their iPads, but this is a link that you can provide to students. So anything like that, I might put in this useful link section. Back to my main page. You can organize your classroom by homework, by classwork, by all kinds of things, but what I've seen teachers do that seems to work best is to organize things by unit. So, for example, I have a circles unit, and inside the circles unit there's various circle activities and assessments and assignments. Really anything that has to do with that whole unit. So you can see here, this project, circle project, should be in the circles unit folder. So instead of it just being in a long list here, I am going to move it to the circles unit folder. So that helps keep things organized throughout the whole school year for students, that they can always go in there and look at that unit. So right now I have triangles, so I do need to add a new folder. So I'm going to add a new folder for my triangle unit. And let's say we'll make that folder purple. Okay. Then I can add this, which has to do with triangles and angles, to my triangle folder. Triangles unit. So it just helps keep things organized. This CEL activity is going to go into my Characteristics of Effective Learners folder. And just keeping things organized. So in order to do that, you can just create materials here and then move them to your folder, or you can actually go inside the folder. And once you're inside the folder, then add materials to the folder. So you can do it before or after to keep things organized. So you want to make sure to provide students with all sorts of resources. So inside my triangle unit, I'm going to have the activities that are going on. So this homework assignment, for example, I can provide a resource right within this homework assignment to help support my students. So today in class, you will rotate through several stations to review angles. After you finish the last station, please complete this assignment. So the stations will allow students to rotate through and get that review. But let's say a student was absent, or a student went home to do their homework and kind of forgot what they did in class that day, or they were seeing the social worker, something along those lines. In order to help provide more resources for students, you could add those into the assignment itself. So I'm going to edit this assignment, and right in here, I can add information right into this. So today in class, you will review several stations, or go to several stations to review angles. After you finish, please complete this assignment. Okay, I'm going to add something here. To review again, click here. So I'm going to link to a Khan Academy video that I have here that just reviews the 3 types of angles. So I'm simply going to copy the link to that. Well, you can't see that in this video here, but copy the link to that, and I'm going to go back to Schoology, and I'm going to highlight those words, and I'm going to link that URL so that students can then click on that link and get to that video. One of the things, however, about inserting links like this is that sometimes iPads don't really like that. So to change that, click the link below, and instead I'll link that right here. Video reviewing angles. Now students have an easy way to get to that video. So you can either link the words or you can link it to the bottom here. It seems to work best with the link at the bottom here. Okay. Another thing I can do is this assignment. Take a photo of an angle in the classroom and describe the angle by classifying it. You can use any program you want to write the name of your angle on your photo. So, in order for students to know what I'm expecting of them, I can provide an example, and I can provide that right within my assignment. That example, I already have an image. I have it on my desktop, so I'm going to insert content, and I'm going to insert an image or media. And then it's asking me if I want to upload the media or if I want to actually search the web right for the media there and link it from there. So I'm just going to attach a file, and right on my desktop I have my image here. And it's going to upload my image, and you'll see my image is actually really, really big. So I can drag the corners of my image and I can make it much, much smaller. And I can do this from any corner and eventually get my picture down to the right size. So there's an example that students will see when they open up this homework assignment. So if I was a parent or if I was a student at home sick, I could look at this assignment and probably do this without teacher instruction, without having to have somebody explain this to me, because I have all of the information right within here. I'm going to save changes. So now that homework assignment is a little bit more interactive. It has a link to review the angles if I forgot, and it has an example of what I'm expecting. It's a little hard to read, but that says obtuse. So then I'll know that students have all the information they need to submit that work right within here. Another way that you can even add to this is to, in the edit area, you can record something that helps explain this homework assignment. So this is useful for students who have IEPs, students who need to hear directions more than once, or students who have a difficulty reading directions. So if you look right here, there's an audio or video recording, and I can click on that and I can actually add an audio recording to my assignment. So if I click on audio, it's going to ask if you can use my microphone and things like that. I'll say allow and remember. And then the record button to start. So I'll record here. And you might have to tell it it's okay. So now it's recording my voice. So if I were going to attach this to the assignment, I might say, the assignment is to take a photo of something around the classroom that has an angle. Then you can use a program like Sketch or another photo editing software to add the word that describes the type of angle to your picture. Then submit that image as your assignment. Stop. I can play it to tell it it's okay. So now it's recording my voice. So if I were going to attach this to the assignment, so there's my audio recording. I can play it back to check if I like it, and then I can insert that. So now students can now listen to you explain the directions to the assignment right within here. That information helps provide students and parents with the information they need to complete the assignment correctly. Save those changes, and now you'll see another recording or another attachment is down here. Students might need to learn to click on this if this isn't something you usually do, but if this is something that you make a habit, students will know where to find that information. And then back to the main page. In addition to putting in assignments here, resources, we put resources in a folder in general, we put resources for each unit, and then we also put resources into the actual assignment. So think of all those ways in which you can provide students with the resources they need to complete the work you have for them. The last thing you might want to do, and I didn't show an example, is to upload the file that students might need for something. So if I had an assignment where students needed to do a worksheet, for example, then I can add the assignment here and then upload the file. And let's say I have it on my desktop, it's a PDF. PDF is the best way to get a document to a student for them to use in Notability or something like that. Open and then attach it. And the best part is to attach it to the actual assignment, not attach it as a separate document. Once it's all within here in one assignment, it's most easy for the students to navigate.